Hello everybody. It is Tuesday, the 1st of July, and I want to talk about the false light that is in this world, the false teaching that is in this world, that is the destroyer. And it is the destroyer because we are doing according to it, whilst denying our own truth, whilst denying the evidence that is brought to us by our five senses. We know the truth. It is within us and it is all around us. It is how we feel about it, how we think about it. That is the truth. The realities it creates outside of us is the truth. We are being taught universal truth, truth of the Creator. Well, if it were a truth of the Creator, it should work in this world. If it were a truth of the Creator, it should create good outcomes in this world. Because the Creator is good. It is the Creator of life. It is the Creator and sustainer of life. So if the teaching was truth, it should create a good outcome in this world. And if it doesn't, it's false. This is the proof. This is where the truth is revealed. We are revealing the truth. We are the truth. We are experiencing the outcome. Cause and effect. The teaching is the cause, it creates an effect. And whether that effect is good or bad should show us whether it is the truth of the Creator. That's how it works. We have revealed truth. We know truth. We have revealed it through generations and generations, and God knows how many lives. We have revealed the truth. And we have suffered the consequences when we got it wrong. Because that is how suffering comes into this world. It is not of the Creator. It is going against Him. It's not seeing His truth and being according to His truth. That's what causes suffering. It shows you that you have gone wrong. Destruction shows you you have gone wrong. You are moving away from the truth of the Creator. So we have knowledge, step by step by step, through doing things, through creating a cause, creating effects, through action and consequences. We have gathered knowledge. We've worked for that knowledge. We have suffered for that knowledge. And now we are supposed to throw it out of the window, declaring ourselves to be nothing, because some idiot in flip-flops ran around 2,000 years ago declaring that love and compassion is the only light. And I tell you right now, that is a false light, and it will lead into destruction. Your own compassion will destroy you. We will be destroyed by compassion. Because we are using an energy in the wrong way. And if you do that, there is a point. There is a point where the energy can work and it can do good. And if you go beyond that point, you miss the mark. You are in sin. And the wages of sin is death and destruction. Compassion is all. It's the only light. It's a lie. It cannot work. It will not work. It will lead to destruction. And actually, Jesus himself showed that because the outcome that he created was the book of the Revelation, which is full on destruction. And again, that is not of the Creator. Yeah? Pestilences and wars and people being slaughtered to the point where the blood reaches the bridles of the horses, that is not of the Creator. That is not knowing the Creator. That is being in complete and utter darkness of what the Creator is. And out of that ignorance, that kind of shit will be created. So, revelation of truth through what we experience. One is the theory. Love and compassion is all in this world. It's the only light. We should all become fluttering beings of just love and compassion. That is the truth. Well, let's try doing that and see what outcome we create. This is the proof. This is the laboratory where we experiment with the theories and create realities out of them. So let's see what we create out of that. I heard something yesterday, which was actually very good. Really gets you thinking. So I've written down what the guy said, and here is the false teaching. This is the false teaching. This is the false light in this world. Absolutely is. And he says, try to think about the last time you tried to help someone, maybe bought groceries for a struggling friend, felt good about it. Then halfway to the house, that other voice kicked in. If they just got off their lazy butt and find a job. That flip-flop, that is your left brain, the carnal mind. It's the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and it is destroying you from the inside. Every positive thought gets attacked by a negative one. Every act of love gets poisoned by judgment. That is the teaching in this world at the moment. Yeah? Love and compassion is the only light. The tree of knowledge of good and bad is a destroyer. Knowing good and bad destroys you. Judgment is poison. Now the Bible tells you that the knowledge of good and bad was our first step into divinity. That is our foundation. That is the foundation of our divinity, and everything else is built on that, or should be built on that. That is your foundation. Yeah? And you say it is false. It is the destroyer. You pull away the foundation from underneath our feet, and everything else will collapse. It will destroy us. It will destroy everything that we have built. And for what? A truth? Well, let's see if this is truth. Let's see if we know that as truth. Ask yourself. You don't ask God in heaven. Don't ask anybody else. Ask yourself whether it is truth. So, put yourself in that situation. I did yesterday. Actually, I am in that situation in this bloody house. Where you fetch and carry for somebody else. Yeah? Because they are in a bad place. Okay, fair enough. And then the thought comes to you, well, if they only got off their lazy arse and got themselves a job and carried their own weight. Is that thought wrong? Now I'm asking you, ask yourself, is that thought wrong? Is it right for them to sit there and have you fetch and carry forever, whilst they do nothing? Is it totally enlightened of you to gloriously self-sacrifice so that they can sit on their arse, do nothing. Is that the truth? Is that enlightened truth? Because in my book it is not. And there your compassion, your caring, your kindness becomes the destroyer. And I tell you something, it destroys both you and that which you give to. It destroys both the giver and the receiver. I mean, you're being destroyed anyway. You're going down in a glorious self-sacrifice. How wonderful. And what are you creating through your self-sacrifice? What does it create? Creates something that is sitting there doing nothing. You're enabling that. You're taking away their need to do anything for themselves. And to be quite honest, over a period of time, they will lose the ability to do something for themselves. They quite often do. They're becoming complete cabbages. Whereas they were beings that have a potential inside of them to do something for themselves, for all of society, that potential dies in them when they just sit and receive of you. So your kindness is actually killing them. Your compassion has become their destroyer and the destroyer of yourself. And that is the truth that we experience in this world. And that is the truth. Something tells you compassion can do all, is the only light, is the only truth. Anything that speaks against it is a lie. That is theory. That is thought. That is out, and that is spirit. Let the spirit come to earth and create, and then the truth is revealed. And that is the outcome you create, is destruction of yourself and of others. It's a false light. It's a false teaching. This is the truth. And we should stand in it. Now, should we not help others? Of course you should. If they are in a place where they, through illness or because they have lost the job, they are financially in a very bad place, and at this moment in time, they are helpless because of it, then you should help them. Of course you should. Their compassion does good. But what should the intended outcome be? That they sit there forever? Or should what you're doing for them enable them to get back on their feet and do it, and become a working part of society and of life again? Yeah? Get control of their own life again and do something for themselves. Is that not what the intended outcome should be? Then compassion does good. It serves life. It gets life back on its feet so it can take part again in everything else. You go past that point and you've missed the mark. You have missed the mark. And you're in sin, and the wages of sin is death and destruction. And there, compassion becomes the destroyer. And to say compassion is all is a false light that will become the destroyer. Judgment is poison. Yeah, of course it is. Sound judgment is poison. No, it's not. No, it is not. And if you do not judge, if you do forgive, again, there is the light. Forgive. That means there are no consequences for those who do wrong, and you will enable evil to thrive. Again, that is the outcome you are creating in this world. Our acquiescence in our non-doing anything is enabling evil to thrive. Again, you follow the light of forgiveness to a point, past the point where it does good. It does, again, it does good. Forgiveness. If there is true repentance and a willingness to change, then yes, your forgiveness can open the door to negotiations. We can work on this. We can turn the whole thing around. Again, you can give of your energy. You can give of your help. You can work together. You can create a new outcome. Brilliant. At that moment, yes, forgiveness is great. It opens the door to a new possibility. You use it beyond that point, and again, it becomes the destroyer. And there is a true knowledge of good and bad. It is not choosing sides. It is not choosing one truth. The true knowledge of good and bad is you have severity, you have compassion. The two sides of the tree of life, the two pillars, the outer edge, the polarities. And you can use either of them to whatever amount serves you to create a good outcome, and that is the true knowledge of good and bad. Sometimes severity will save lives. Sometimes severity, restriction, is necessary, is the servant of life. And that is the fullness of the truth. Both sides exist in us. And they are both true, and they're both our servants. And if we use them in the correct way to create a good outcome, that is a knowledge of the Creator. Nothing exists that is not Him. Nothing exists that is not Him. And everything is given in order to do good because He is good. And if we create bad outcomes, that is, we are in ignorance of His truth. There's one more thing in this teaching that I quickly want to talk about, and that is, again, they say it is this matrix. It is this world. Yeah? I mean, this world, for starters, nature, is not built in that way. Everything gives, everything receives. Everything gives according to what it is, what it can give, and everything receives according to what it is, according to what it needs. Again, there is a truth. And to me, that is the true reflection of the Creator. That is who He is. He does not exist separate from, the form is created out of Him, and it is according to Him. That form is His truth made manifest. You can see Him, you can see the Creator and what is created. It does not exist independent of Him. Nothing exists independent of what is creating it. You know the Creator in the form. You can see Him. You can see His truth. Right. But let's say it like this. If we go to the level of energy, because everything is energy, even the solid is energy, what we create is mostly created through our energies, our thoughts and emotions. The body only does the works afterwards. The real creative part is energy. Yeah? And if you see all these energies, all of the creative parts are within a never unchanging field. The Creator never changes. Yeah? Is eternal. He is everything, and He's unchanging. What creates change is the Creator, because it is in constant movement, trying to find out what it is and what it is in. What is the Creator? Yeah? So we are creating the movement. So you have, let's say, energies that create outcomes in an unchanging environment. that is eternal and unchanging forever. And actions create consequences. You do the same thing over and over again, you will always create the same outcome. Yeah, and there is a knowledge. Again, the Hermetic principle of cause and effect. It will not change. It's always the same. So, but if you say the being is energy, and energy does specific things, and it is in an unchanging environment, then no matter where you go, what we know as truth here, as below, will be the same truth somewhere else. It will never change. If we know a truth of the Creator, it will be the same everywhere we go, because everything is Creator. We are doing something here with our energies that creates an outcome. We are the same energy somewhere else. We are inside the same Creator. It will create the same outcome. So no, what we know here as truth is not just according to this world. It may well be universal. It will apply everywhere. And there is no place in the Creator where the truth suddenly flips on its head. Yeah, oh, in heaven everything is different. No. They are part of the same Creator. And the same laws applies. You cannot be outside of the law. The law does not change. And you cannot be outside of it. And it does not flip on its head, depending on where you are. So no, we know truth. We know the truth. We know action and consequences, which is a knowledge of the Creator. We are being given teachings saying, oh, you should be all compassion. We do according to that teaching, and we see the outcome in this world, which is the truth revealed. Then the teaching was false. If it creates the wrong outcome, if it is destructive in this world, that teaching was false. It's a false light. It is the destroyer dressed himself as a being of light. And you're following it. And you're denying your own truth, your own knowing. You know. You know the truth. And as I said, it's probably not only applicable in this world. And it's most likely a universal truth. Because the Creator does not change. And what your energy does here, it will do everywhere else. Stand in your truth. Do not deny yourself. You're following a false light. And even in the Bible itself, it shows that the outcome is destruction. In the book of the Revelation, you've already been told that. And you're seeing it in your own life. If you're truthful about what is actually happening around you, then open your eyes to the truth. Jesus was not it. He was a false light. He was a prophet of a false light, of a destroyer that is coming to kill you with kindness, with the energy of kindness. See, severity is not the only destroyer. Any energy that is used in the wrong way, any energy that is used beyond the point where it can no longer do good, that energy will become the destroyer. And it doesn't matter whether it is a high vibration or a low vibration. They both can become destroyers. Anyway, here, I leave it at that for today. And I talk to you again soon. Bye.